Hi guys, my name is Nobu Kumalo. If it's your first time here, welcome and I hope you stay. And if you're coming back, thank you so much for your continued support and welcome back. Please take a moment to check if you're subscribed as yet, and if you're not, please click that red subscribe button below and the notification bell so that each time I upload you will be notified and my channel will grow. Sorry to disappoint you today, but I am alone. I'm shooting this video alone. My husband is not here. But thank you so much for the engagement in the past 3 videos that we shot when we were on holiday. You guys really came to the party and you engaged, and it was really wonderful. So depending on where you are in the world, it's currently Mother's Month, and I know I'm late to the party, excuse me, I'm still traveling, but I thought to do something special in honor of my mom this Mother's Month. So I'm going to bake some muffins here, but at the same time I'm going to answer a few questions about me and my mom, or rather our relationship, so that you guys can just see how much of an amazing person she is. So today I'm going to be baking some muffins. I like to call them muesli muffins. So I had, this muesli that I bought and I didn't quite like. It happens a lot. Like you buy some muesli and it just doesn't work out. So this is what happened with this muesli in here. But instead of like throwing away the packet, I was like, what can I use it for? So then I decided, maybe that's one way to make muffins. You know how they're brand muffins, but what if I replace them with muesli? So this is how this came about. So this makes 12 muffins of this size. So this is the baking tin I'll be using, and it makes about 12. We have 2 cups of flour here, plain flour, or sometimes called all-purpose flour. And then we have 1 cup of the muesli in here. And then in here I've mixed 2 eggs and 1 cup of oil. And then in here we have 1.5 cups of sugar mixed with 1 teaspoon of salt. And then in here we have 1 cup of yogurt. This is the flavor that I used. But you can use vanilla, plain, whatever you want to use. And then I'm gonna use a teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. I'm also going to use a teaspoon or a little bit more, for that vanilla, zest of vanilla extract. And then I'm also going to be generous with the lemon extract that I'm going to use in there. Then for your utensils, you're going to need a whisk or a fork, whatever you want to use. And then you're also going to need a wooden spoon, which was what we call upini, to like fold everything together. And then obviously, you're also going to need a teaspoon to measure out everything else. So I did my dry ingredient measurements prior to, just to cut on time. So let's get baking. And I'm going to do this at the same time. I'm baking on the other hand, and I am answering questions about my mom on the other. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm a one-man team, so yeah, let's get to it. So the first step is to mix all your dry ingredients together and mix them really well so that everything comes together well. And whilst we do that, I'm going to answer the first 2 questions I have about my mom, or my relationship with my mom. And I have them written down here, so bear with me. I'm going to be looking away to look at the questions. So the first question is, when you think of your mom, what's the first thing that comes to mind? So when I think of my mom, I think the first thing or the first word that comes to mind is comfort, right? I feel safe when I think of my mom. That is the emotion that thinking about her evokes in me. I feel like nothing can harm me, like I feel like whatever is wrong in the world, whatever I'm worried about, I shouldn't worry about it because my mom's gonna fix it. If my mom can't fix it, then no one can. So I think comfort is the first word that comes to my mind when I think about my mom. And then the second question is, what is your earliest memory of your mom? I think I have 2 of them, right? So the first one is, I must have been in preschool, and my dad was studying at a university that was out of town. So sometimes my mom used to go see him over the weekend, and times we'd go together, other times she would leave us at home. And my older cousin was supposed to pick me up on the Monday, because she was returning on Monday. For some reason, she forgot to pick me up from preschool. And so my mom got home and was like, I think it was maybe 7 in the evening, and obviously she's like, "Where's my kid?" And my cousin was sort of like, sorry, just didn't pick her up. And I don't know the backstory, but I remember that evening there was a boarding school by my preschool, and so because no one had come to pick me up, the boarding school had kind of taken me in. And I remember my mom coming at 8 in the night. I was sad, obviously, because I'm thinking, have they forgotten me? Do they not remember that I exist? But I remember my mom coming to pick me up at like 8 in the evening, and I remember she gave me a very, very big hug. And yeah, you remember I said comfort? That's, yeah, comfort. And then the other one, I was playing at home when I was a kid. So I grew up Ekasi, right? It's like a logishini. And so like we had like Jura walls, and part of the Jura walls had like, it was sort of like a flat surface where you could like put stuff. So I was playing, and then I was trying to peep into the neighbor's house. So I put my hand on the Jura on the flat surface, but there was chilies in there and I didn't know. And then I took my hand off and I rubbed my eye. Did I not go wild? Because you can imagine chilies in your eye. Maybe I was about 5, and I cried so much, and my older cousin and my aunt called my mom saying, "Hey, something has happened here, the kid is hurt." And my mom, logged off, got off work and came running just to make sure I was okay. So again, comfort. That's what I think of when I think of my mom. So we've mixed these 2 together, not 2, actually 4. So we have or more than that, we have the flour, then we put in the muesli, and then a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of baking powder, and the sugar and salt. So that is well and done. Our dry ingredients are done. Next, we're going to work on our wet ingredients. So I have my eggs and my oil in here. I'm going to quickly whisk them together, and then I'm going to combine with the yogurt and the lemon and the vanilla. And while I do that, I'm going to answer the next 2 questions. So the next question is, tell me one incident you remember where she disciplined you. This is a funny one. So I must have been in grade 7, and I had like this crush, man. I mean, we're kids, but like I had a crush, or rather this boy had a crush on me, and I didn't mind him having a crush on me. And I think he wrote me letters, so we wrote each other letters, and for some reason I put them like in my school uniform. We're not dating or anything, but I put them in my school uniform. And during those days my mom used to wash my uniform, so I put it in my school uniform pocket, and I forgot about it. Went to school the next day, and when I got home that day, I found 2 we call it swazi, right? Which is like a tiny little twig or branch from trees waiting on the table. And when you're black, when you see those, it's not, she wasn't doing arts and crafts, she picked them up for you because you're about to get disciplined. So now I was thinking, what is it? What did I do? Did I forget to do A? Did I forget to do B? And then she's like, so you've got a boyfriend, you at school at grade 7. Oh, I was like, no ways. And I remember she beat me. And then she made me call the boy and tell him to leave me alone. So typical, so embarrassing. So yeah, I called the boy and I told him that my mom said leave me alone. And so you can imagine being at school the next day, and this crush of mine is like scared because like, I called him and I told him my mom knows, and she said you must leave me alone, but we still like each other and we're kids, so we don't understand, is it over? It was just, that's one of the funny ones that I remember about my mom disciplining me. And then what's your favorite thing about your mom? My favorite thing about my mom is that my mom will drop everything if you call her, if you need her. Like countless times she has dropped everything and shown up for me. So I was in South Africa a week ago because I was doing something. That's another video for another day. And I remember leading up to it, I thought it was something small. I'm like, Mom, you don't really need to come. Like, I'll be fine. It's a small little thing. I don't think you need to take time off work to come all the way. But my mom just insisted. Granted, my sister was also having her own stuff, but she came all the way. She asked for special leave from work to make sure that she could come all the way for her kids. And it's not just that, because I'm away from home, if I need her to go and ask something from some office or meet someone to collect something from them or take something somewhere for me, my mom is going to jump on that, and she will drop everything, literally everything, and take care of it. So that is definitely one of my favorite things about my mom. What's her biggest strength? My mom is industrious. My mom, you will not starve You will not lack. You will not worry when my mom is around. My mom is industrious. She will climb the walls and, you know, climb the highest mountains to make things happen. I have seen, my mom is a teacher, and in Zimbabwe teachers are not paid well, but the level of comfort and the, dare I say, luxury that we had growing up, because my mom was a hustler. There's so many enterprises that I can think of. My mom was knitting at some point. At some point she was, you know, selling fabric. At some point she was selling Tupperware. My mom is just such an industrious woman, and I think I get that, a lot of that from her, because even I nowadays, I'm always like trying to find something that I can do, like to just keep my hands busy, to not just rely on my salary. My mom is that girl. She is so industrious. If something needs funds, something needs money, she will get it done, and nothing will stand in her way. And I really, really admire her for that. Okay, cool. So our wet ingredients are now mixed, and our dry ingredients are mixed there. So now the next step is that I'm going to fold. I'm going to pour, first I'm going to pour this in there. I'm going to pour the wet ingredients in the dry ingredients, just like that. Right. Okay. And then we're not going to mix, we're just going to fold, because if you mix it, then it becomes cupcakes, because muffins are supposed to be thick, so the consistency is supposed to be thick. So you just want to fold to make sure that everything mixes, but without like making it too fine. So meanwhile, I'm going to turn on my oven so that it preheats, and I'm going to turn it to 200 degrees. So you want your oven to preheat before you put in your muffin. So I've turned on my oven, and whilst I mix this, I'm going to answer the next few questions. What is the one thing I know about myself that I definitely got from my mom? I'm going to have to say style, like dressings. My mom loves to dress. My mom loves shoes and bags, and my mom will dress to kill. Like, if you've met my mom at church, at a wedding, or wherever you are, she is going to be dressed, okay? She's going to be dressed to kill, and she's going to match, and she's going to look like the queen of the occasion. And like I said earlier, I think also being industrious, I think I got that from her, a lot of that from her. Yeah, I think that's what comes to mind when I think of my mom. Style, beauty, of course, and being industrious. How has your relationship evolved over time? So growing up, my mom was quite strict, right? She was a strict, you know, African mom, and so there really was like a mother-daughter dynamic. Like, I'm not your friend, I'm your mom, you know. And we sort of, you know, we gave her due, you know, respect and revered her. My mom was not the type of the type of person that you come and talk to about boys and sex and all that. We respected her like that, and she was a mom. But now that we're grown, it's been beautiful to watch how we've evolved. She's still my mom, still respecting all that, but now we talk a lot about this and that, and I think now we are more of like sisters, you know. We relate like sisters and friends, and it's such a beautiful thing to watch, because as you grow older and because we've become closer, I understand now where she was coming from, you know, when she was being strict, what she was trying to protect us from when we were younger. And you know, I'm married now, and I'm navigating being married and working and all that, and you know, having her to talk to and guide me has been such a blessing. So my mom's mom died when she was much younger than I am right now. So every day that I get to spend with my mom is such a blessing to me, because I realized that she didn't get to have this. So by the time my mom got married, her mom had passed away already. And so my mom was there at my wedding. My mom has been there for the past couple of years. My mom has seen me flourish in everything. And she gets to come along for the ride and advise me, and I get to have someone I can talk to and, you know, vent to, and that is just beautiful for me. I really, really appreciate that. So I'm done mixing this now. Our batter is ready. Nicely mixed. I think it's well mixed, and I love the color. I love the yellowy color. I think it's from the yogurt and obviously the eggs. So here we have our muffin tin. I do not have butter, unfortunately. My mistake. So I'm gonna have to use oil to grease my pan, and I'm going to use paper towel and oil. On to the next question. What do I want more of in our relationship? I want more of time. You know, being away from home is so hard. Like, no one really talks about it, but being away from home is so hard. I wish I lived in the same city as my mom. I wish I could, on a random Sunday, you know, pick her up and we go for lunch, or just pass by her house, go there for dinner, knowing that she's cooked my favorite meal in the world. Like, I really wish I had more time with my mom, especially physically. But since we can't, I want to do what I can to spend as much time with her as I can. So that means maybe I should call her a little bit more, and just like give her time. Because like I said, her mom passed away when she was younger than me. So every day above ground is such a blessing. And I'm slowly but surely, as I grow older, realizing that I should, you know, be more intentional about spending time with my loved ones, especially my parents, because each day they're getting older, and, you know, yeah, they're not going to be around forever. So where I can, I need to make time for them. Right, so I've greased my pan. Now I'm going to scoop in the batter into the tin. It's like quite a lot. So I don't know, maybe we might end up even having more than 12 muffins, but we'll see. Okay. And the next question is, if I could give her one thing, what is it? I would give her what she's given me in abundance, which is comfort. Part of why I grind so hard and I want a well-paying job and all that is so that I can, you know, have a job that pays me well enough for my mom to retire early and just like enjoy the fruits of her labor. I think she's taken care of us for all these years, and I mean, she's not. I would really love to give her rest and comfort. Just her knowing that all her needs are taken care of, and that if she decides to work, it's because she wants to keep working, because, you know, she doesn't want to, you know, be bored or anything, but not to have to feel like she needs to work for sustenance. So I think if there's something, if there's something that I want to give my mom, it definitely is rest. So I don't know, man. God just needs to bless us with the means to be able to take care of our parents and have them rest. That will make me so happy. This batter is definitely a lot more than I need. So I'm gonna fill this up a bit, but I still think I might have batter for more than 12 even when I'm done, but we'll see. Or not, which is fine, but it looks like I have successfully finished my batter. My oven is almost there, and we're going to leave this in for 10 to 15 minutes or until the muffins have browned on top. Okay, I think we are good to go. Yep, my oven is good now. So this is our final result, and we're gonna pop them in the oven now. Okay, so I'm going to clean up now, and then I'll come back when the muffins are done to close up the video. So guys, our time is up. Let's see what they look like. Ooh. This looks so good. Okay. Guys, these look amazing. I'm so impressed. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So yeah, this is the final product. I'm really happy. I think I could have taken them out a little sooner than later, but I think they look good. And so now so the next thing is we're supposed to take them out of here and put them on a cooling rack. I'm going to use my oven cooling rack because I don't have another one. Ooh. 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 Okay, this might be a little bit more difficult than it thought it. Okay. I'm trying to remove them, and they are 4. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Not bad. I ruined this one, but it's okay. Ooh. Oh, guys. Okay, I think I should just leave them in here. I'll give them a bit of time to cool down, then I'll come back. So there we have it, guys. I am done baking my muffins, and to close this off, I'm just going to say a message for my mom. Mom, thank you so much for who you've been, who you are, and who I know you continue to be in my life, in my sister's life, in the lives of those around you. Thank you for always showing up, even when we don't necessarily need you, but just always dropping everything to make sure you're there for me, for us. Thank you for loving me even in times when I didn't deserve it, where I've disappointed you and I've made you feel like you did not do a good job raising me, maybe. Thank you for all the sacrifices that you've made and you continue to make, even now when I'm grown and don't need you to. But you continue to selflessly give of yourself, and we can never thank you enough. And I pray that God gives you a very, very long life so that you will reap the fruits of your hard labor. Long life to see, hopefully, grandkids if the Lord allows. Long life for me to somewhat try and repay you back for all you've been in my life, in my sister's life. We love and appreciate you so much. I love and appreciate you so much. And I know I'm far away, but know that you are always in my heart, and I love you so much. Thank you, Mom. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and please just tell me what you love about your mother. If your mom is still alive, please pick up the phone and call her or text her and tell her how much you love and what you love about her. But I'd really love to hear about your mothers in the comment section. And if your mom is not with us anymore, I'm so sorry, and I know that Mother's Day must have been difficult, but know that God has your back and God will always hold you up. And still, even if your mom is not here but you'd love to leave a message of how you remember her, please feel free to do that in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for giving me your time. See you guys again next time. Goodbye.